What's going on, guys and gals? Stock Jock here, up $534 on the day so far on the first hour of trading. So let's get into trades and you'll see how I did. So my first trade here was Snap short. This one I had been watching. It's had some bad press out recently. Kylie Jenner, apparently, who's pretty huge on Snapchat, hates the new layout. Has like a crap ton of followers, basically, and she comes out and says Snapchat's dead, sends the stock down. Snapchat loses like 1.7 billion in market cap because of what she said. So anyway, I think it's all overdone, but nonetheless, it's still pushing the stock down right now. I had a pop out in the morning, and what I saw is it broke down below the VWAP. And if you're looking at the 1 minute chart here, right in the middle of the screen, you can see that break about two candles back, 3 candles back. It broke the VWAP. Then not the current 1 minute candle that we're on, but the one right behind it. It popped back up to the VWAP and failed to break it. And I actually hesitate on this trade. Normally my entry would be the candle under candle on the 1 minute right there. So that's like 1770 it looks like. And I hesitate. I should have gotten in there. I would have gotten 3 more cents out of this trade. Instead, I ended up going short for the break of the candle behind it, the one that initially broke the VWAP there for kind of a lower VWAP breakdown. So I went short there. It did pay off. I got a really crappy fill when I tried to exit. I only made about 20 bucks on this trade, but you can kind of see my thought process there. Short snap 1767.
SCHW, Charles Schwab. The U.S. Appeals Court revived some claims by Charles Schwab against big banks it accused that in a court ruling reported by Reuters that Sandy Charlie Hotel Whiskey.
Covered 1765. Had a bigger win, but it popped on me. Had that 200-minute moving average that bounced right off of or near it. So just looking for my first win of the day. Now the price dropped even more. So a little unlucky on my fills there, but needed a little bit of cushion. So my next trade is a short on Snap again. This time you'll hear me talk about it. I was telling my chat room about my trade that I'm looking to do. You can kind of see that big red candle on the 1 minute chart spiked down. It looked like it got, it was 2 minutes ago, right? So it spiked down, and then 1 minute ago, the last, not the current 1 minute candle, but the one behind it, kind of popped up a little bit. That's kind of like your stair step. You know, it's making that flat thing. And now I'm looking for candle under candle on the 1 minute for the break of 1758. It actually moved too quick for me, and I didn't get filled at 758. I got filled at like 1755. And nonetheless, the trade worked out okay as it broke down, and it was a nice little win. Watching the 1 minute chart on Snap for a short. I'm hoping we get some kind of bounce, and then I'll short the 1 minute candle under candle. Right now, it's a double bottom on the 5 minute. Not too thrilled about that.
Recently held discussions with representatives of Starboard.
So right now, looking for the break of 1758. And I'll actually wait for the break just because it's a bigger float, and it shouldn't just fall apart if that breaks. So there it is. Short at 1755. All right, I covered 1752. I thought I'd get one bounce before it tested. Oh, it did. Okay, good. Good decision. So +4 on that trade. Looking for one bounce. Usually when you get to these big number areas like the whole dollar, half dollar on these big stocks, you're going to get at least one bounce off of them before, and it's usually the second test that it breaks through it. So I'm looking for that second test to break. So again, looking for another short on Snap here. As you heard in my previous clip, a lot of times on these large cap stocks, whenever it tests a whole dollar or a half dollar area, it's usually you're usually going to get one bounce off of that area until it breaks through it. And so in this case, the stock is heading down. That 1750 area offered support one time. It bounced off of that, and now I'm looking for the short for the second time. That's why you saw me cover the first time it was testing that area, because I didn't think it was actually going to break through the first time. I thought it was going to break through the second time I was going to test it. So on the 1 minute chart here, the current 1 minute candle sitting at 1751. The previous two behind it also had lows of 1751. So I'm looking for the break of 1751 on this, and because I think as soon as 1751 falls, then we're testing 1750 again, and I think 1750 is going to break this time. On the flip side of it, if it didn't break, I'd immediately cover. I'm not going to hold and hope it go. No, I'll take the little loss, 2 cents, 3 cents, whatever it was, or would have been, I should say, and I'd cover. But in this case, it worked out for me, and I covered for a nice win. Short Snap, 1751. Covered 1741. So my next trade was MOSY. This one, there's a few things that went into my thought process on this one. First off, it hit my high day scanner, and it's a stock that I'm familiar with. It's my trader Rolodex is what I like to call it. I've traded it before. I know it could pop. You look at the daily chart there; it's full of pops and drops. So looking at that 1 minute chart there, if I got in now, at the very worst, I'd be, if I had to sell, it probably dropped to 168, so I'm risking 4 cents for a potential move up. The other thing I like about it is the daily chart. If you look at the daily chart, we're kind of breaking out on the daily chart, and this thing has room to $2 now, which is a 30-cent move. Now, the only caveat to all this is low float stocks recently have not exploded like they did in January. So I'm taking this trade because I'm green on the day so far, and it's just a small risk. If it doesn't go anywhere, I'm out, $40, $50, whatever, at the most. If we break over that area on the daily chart and it moves up significantly, I make money. So it's the risk reward was good for me. That's why I ended up taking this trade. MOSY hitting my scanner. It's getting to a real interesting spot on the daily. I'm going to probably take a stab at this. All right, I'm going to go long 172 on it. It looks like they have a catalyst date ahead of them as well. To participate in the 30th annual ROTH conference on March 13th. See if we can, it's breaking over an area on the daily chart. That's why I like it, over 173. Price action on this, I mean, he's got support at 170. Just kind of like the daily on it.
30.7 billion euros.
All right, I'm out. +1. People started taking chunks out of that. I'll get back in if 175 can break. Next trade was MOSY again. This one, it was just a simple L2 play, volume spike play, momentum play, whatever. High day break play. You can obviously see here on the L2, the ask has a nice wall of shares, but it also has a nice wall of support at 172. So I'm comfortable playing this high day break, and I'm very particular about when I want to enter here. I don't want to enter in right now because there's still, 25,000 shares on the ask. I want to get in as it looks like chunks are being taken out of that wall because it creates momentum. Everybody's watching this. They're watching that wall. They're like, okay, I'm going to buy as soon as that wall looks like it's going to fall down, because it doesn't look like there's very much behind that wall, and it has room maybe to 180 before it runs into a little resistance. So that's what I do. As soon as it looks like chunks are going to get taken out of that wall, or a green, you can see my time in sales there. If it looks like it's just getting hit with green, I jump in and try to ride that momentum up. I'll look to get a piece of this wall at 175 MOSY. It's got to tick down some more, and then I'll jump in. That block gets into like the 8,000 range. All right, I'm in 175. Tried to sell at 178 and I get filled at 174. It's disappointing. So my last trade worked out, but I just had a really crappy fill, so I actually lost money on my last trade. But the high day break gave me about a 5-cent win, but when I hit the sell button, the market maker dropped the bid on me real quick. I got filled lower than I thought I was going to get filled. It happens sometimes. So kind of going back to the well here, same idea. Got a little bit of a wall at 180. I'm looking for the high day break, which is 180 or 179. As soon as it looks like it's going to break over that with a little bit of volume, I jump in. Unfortunately for me, it just really doesn't pan out this time, and I end up giving it back a little bit of profit on this one. I'm back long at 179. All right, I'm out. Minus 2 on that trade. Thought I could go over 180 and maybe get a little Momo, just failed. So my final trade, and one that I made a good amount of money on here, is WATT. This one had a lot of momentum on it early on in the day. It was coming down towards the VWAP. I knew a few chat rooms were watching this around the $21 range, and I too was watching it for that area, and I was hoping to get down to 21. Unfortunately, it didn't before the chat room started jumping in, and I didn't want to miss out, so I jumped in as well. I knew the chat rooms were going to create momentum on this thing. I was kind of looking for that 2140 break. You can kind of see that resistance level right there on the 1-minute chart, but I didn't stick around for that long to see if it would, but nonetheless got in as the chat rooms were buying. I knew they would create momentum, and then they they created momentum technically because they broke later on. I don't think it happens here. Maybe it does. They break the 5 minute to the upside, the 5 minute chart to the upside. So that actually brings in technical traders that way. It's just another reason why I subscribe to these chat rooms. It's so valuable to know who's moving the stocks and why stocks are moving up or down, and you just have your pulse on what a couple thousand people are doing as far as trading. So it's always good to be a part of these subscription chat rooms. But here's the trade. Jason Bond bought Watt.
TSLA Tesla, electric tweeting Tesla made over $2 billion in China last year, doubled sales and expanded retail charging presence. That's a tweet from Electric.
Damn it.
FOXA, Fox, activist investor Elliott Capital Advisors discloses higher 2.4585% stake in Fox takeover target Sky. That according to a filing. That's Foxtrot Oscar X-Ray Alpha.
And that's how I ended my morning, up $534 on the first hour of trading. If you have any questions on how to day trade, or anything that has to do with my trading style, feel free to ask. I have a free Discord chat that I offer for 100% free. I wish when I was starting to learn how to trade, I wish there was someone like this that was out there that was willing to help people. I know not everyone has money to subscribe to those chat rooms that can help you learn how to trade. I offer my services for free, and it's just a great environment to be around. I'm here to answer questions and whatnot. So please, if you're interested in that, find the link in the description down below for my free Discord channel. Also, if you're interested in any of the chat rooms that I subscribe to, you can find those in the links down below as well. All right, I will see you guys in the next video.